ho, Merry Christmas in WWE terms, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever. As we get started with this WWE Holiday Smackdown review, if you guys do not know who this is Chase Oliver 68 here for the excellence of wrestling. This will be the debut video, a Smackdown review. Now I'm limited to 15 minutes, so guys, don't get mad if I don't go into detail about everything. So, first off, we kick off the show with good old St. Jolly Mick Foley. And Josh Matthews is dressed as an elf. Cole comes out as a Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and Booker T is Santa Claus, and he does a spin-a-rooney. For all the Jewish people, because they don't have Jewish costumes, I guess. They couldn't dress up as someone as a candle. What is that all about? But besides that all segment, Cody Rhodes comes out, and Cody cannot believe that this is going on. He's like, what is going on here? He's like, normally the old me, the guy with the mask, would probably let this slide, but the new me just feels this is just out of control, not worth these people's time, not worth my time, especially with the guy named announcer Booker T. And then, Mick Foley kind of talks in exchange with Booker T with Cody Rhodes a little bit, and him and Cody Rhodes kind of feel each other out. And Cody Rhodes is just saying that how Booker will never be a champion again, and he's just jealous of Cody Rhodes. And then Mick Foley decides, how about you go against the five-time WCW champion one-on-one here tonight on SmackDown. And Cody Rhodes is like, fine, I'll do that. He's all excited for that. So, whatever. It is what it is. And Mick Foley says, oh, by the way, our first match is this Mistletoe on the Pole match, with featuring a lot of divas. This match was a clusterfuck. It wasn't that great. There was nothing special. Brie Bella won, and the winner gets to kiss any superstar in the WWE until now to December 25th. Whippy. Who cares? Not me. That's for sure. Next up, we get Justin Gabriel versus Jinder Mahal. And Justin Gabriel, he looks like he's the next John Morrison. Not as in jobbing-wise, but a guy that can kind of replace John Morrison. If you think about it, he wears fruity colors like John Morrison. He's a good-looking male, and he does the flippy-flips. Sums up what John Morrison was in the WWE, so he could easily replace John Morrison in the near future. And he faces off against Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal and Justin Gabriel have an okay match, but the main story here is DiBiase comes out wearing the Santa Claus hat, and he's giving out Mattel toys to the little kids, man. He's showing off that he loves his DiBiase posse, and this is a good way for Ted DiBiase to get over with the crowd, especially doing that kind of stuff and showing that, hey, he does care about these fans. Look at him giving them free toys for this event. They showed up, they're in the front row, bam, he hooks up the DiBiase posse. This is good. He distracts Jinder Mahal, allowing Justin Gabriel to get the win. You're moving up Justin Gabriel a little bit, slowly by surely, and you're advancing a feud with Jinder Mahal and Ted DiBiase. Fine with that. And also, not to mention, show for fact that there is a DiBiase posse. There's a backstage segment with a bunch of superstars drinking eggnog. David Otunga says that the music's not right. Mick Foley says you're facing Randy Orton in a street fight. Why? Because he's David motherfucking Otunga. Next up, we get Kofi Kingston versus Tyson Kidd, and why the hell was this match on here? Kofi Kingston and Tyson Kidd have a decent match, but the dumbest thing ever was when Kofi Kingston, he literally makes a hypocrite out of himself. First up, he goes to Michael Cole, he's like, hey son, you look silly with that on. And Michael Cole's like, no, I look like a G. And then Kofi Kingston's like, no man, let me wear it. And then he wears it. And I was like, what the hell, you calling him silly? And then Kofi pins Tyson Kidd off a crossbody. Whatever, Kofi Kingston sucks, but hey, he won a match. Wait until Evan Bourne gets back, I guess. Just wasting time. We get the Miracle on 34th Street by Randy Orton versus David Otunga. This match was pretty entertaining to watch. There was that one glimmer of hope, though, of maybe David Otunga pinning Randy Orton, but I knew Randy Orton would not move his level all the way down to David Otunga level status. But we do have Wade Barrett coming out and trying to cost Orton the match to no avail. It doesn't work out, but at least Wade Barrett got some nice shots in that Orton. Orton didn't counter him and make Wade Barrett look weak. Barrett just attacked Orton, thought he did enough, threw him in the ring, threw Otunga in the ring, and walked off. fine with me. Hey, he didn't look hurt because he didn't try to fight Orton. Barrett basically did his job. He beat up Orton, and Orton didn't get any strikes back, making Orton wanting to strike Barrett soon enough. But we'll have to wait and see. At least Wade Barrett and Randy Orton are in a sort of interesting feud, I guess. So, yeah, pretty much that's what happens here. David Otunga loses. No surprise here. All I want for Christmas Battle Royale. Now, one thing I want to mention is people are saying that WWE doesn't really care about Hunico. I've seen people say, oh, Hunico is just going to become a jobber after this, or he's going back to FCW. Hunico, let me say this, got his own entrance over a former Intercontinental Champion, Ezekiel Jackson, current Tag Team Champion, Kofi Kingston, a former main event superstar. Well, he's not a main event superstar, but he was in the main event for SummerSlam, Keith Slater. He basically had his own entrance and did very well in the Battle Royale, getting a couple eliminations. So for people that say Hunico doesn't matter and shit, obviously WWE sees something in him, but where the fuck is his posse? Where's Epico and Primo? But besides that, Sheamus also comes out, and then Hornswoggle comes out. And then once I saw Hornswoggle coming out, I knew some bullshit was happening. Basically, the ending comes where Heath Slater, Jinder Mahal, Hunico, and then I forgot who the other bad guy was. Just know he was a baddie. Try to eliminate Hornswoggle. And Sheamus says no. He eliminates all the bad guys, making Sheamus look ultimately strong. And you thought he was going to hug Hornswoggle and throw him out of the ring. But it turns out, Hornswoggle plays tricks on him, beats him. Sheamus, instead of kicking his ass, smiles and says, hey, he's a funny guy. Oh, by the way, guys, if you guys did not know or watch SmackDown, Hornswoggle can talk now. Yippee. Now, this show ultimately relied about one match. Many people probably only watched SmackDown because of this one match, especially with rumors going around that this guy could actually potentially walk out with the World Heavyweight title tonight, and many were wondering if he was. Daniel Bryan faces Mark Henry at a steel cage match. Winner faces the Big Show at TLC. I knew for the second on that Big Show, I knew for the second on that Mark Henry was going to win. The only reason why I kind of knew Mark Henry was going to win was just because I think WWE used this match to kind of test the waters to see how the fans would react to Daniel Bryan almost would win a championship, especially in a live environment without the canned heat. And surprisingly enough, the fans were into it. When Daniel Bryan was about to climb over that rope, those people were popping. When he was about to exit that cage, sometimes people were popping. When he had the ankle lock in, people were cheering. The lapel lock, people actually thought Daniel Bryan was actually going to win it, and they were excited. They were waiting for it, and it's such a shame that SmackDown can't be live every week. Because certain moments like these, especially this World Heavyweight title match, would be something to have nice live every week. Or not this World title match, but just special moments. Because we read the spoilers. We get spoiled by what always happens on there. We do know what's going on. And so when we watch SmackDown, we only watch that one segment and kind of stop. It was nice and refreshing for me to sit down, watch a SmackDown, and say, wow, this was actually pretty interesting. It was cool to sit down and watch without knowing what's going on. I read spoilers because, hell, it's freaking Friday. I'm not going to sit at home at freaking 5 o'clock and at the afternoon when the night's young in California and sit here and watch WWE Wrestling. I'm going to be hanging out with friends. I'm going to be doing stuff with them, That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm not going to sit down and watch SmackDown. Maybe if it's a slow Friday or if it's a Friday where I've been studying all day and couldn't get contact with my friends. Yeah, but this was a good time slot, and I wish SmackDown went live every week. But as for the match itself, it was okay, Nothing too special here. The main story about it was Daniel Bryan trying to attack the leg. I like that story element in there. But besides that, it was all right. The match wasn't like a 5-star classic, but it was very interesting. There were some points where you thought Daniel Bryan was going to win. Overall, Holiday SmackDown Special Edition, whatever you want to call it, it was all right. Nothing too special. I would probably give it a C. There was some development meme feuds. I forgot to mention how Cody Rhodes attacked Booker T backstage because their match didn't happen, so that's developing. Orton and Barrett is developing pretty well, and we all know the World Heavyweight title match, at least for TLC. So we don't know the stipulation, but we know what the match is, so that's a that's a good sign to things. And hey, at least we got to see what Daniel Bryan would look like in a world title situation and how the fans would react. I think the fans reacted pretty damn good for Daniel Bryan. So pretty much those are my thoughts on Super SmackDown, Holiday SmackDown, whatever you call it. Make sure you guys subscribe to the Excellence of Wrestling. Make sure you guys check out my main channel, Chase Oliver 68. Make sure you guys comment down below. Give me a big old thumbs up. Subscribe to the group, like I said before. Follow me on Twitter. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoy this show. Review. God, I'm botching all over the place. Oh, by the way, it's Biggest Loser time tonight.